it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be doing my everyday makeup look, which is this look. So if you want to see me like do this look, then watch the video and you'll find out how. Yeah, thanks for coming back. So before I've even started my makeup routine, I've just done my normal skincare routine, which is just the simple cleanser and toner, and then this Garnier body repair moisturiser. And if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, and my hair care routine as well this morning, and yeah, if you'd like to see that, let me know down below. But the first thing I'm going to do for my makeup is put on my primer. So my primer is the Hourglass primer by what I'm talking about, Hourglass primer, the Veil primer that is. And I'm just going to take one pump of this and then with my fingers just spread it around my face, on my nose and like under my eyes mainly because that's where I get pores, and then just spread the rest around my face. The next thing I do is basically just jump straight into foundation after that, so I'm going to be using my NARS Sheer Glow, and I have this in shade Fiji or Light 5, so I'm just going to give that a shake. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my number 7 stippling brush, which I like to use for my foundation. But with this foundation, a little goes a very long way, so I'm just going to pop that little blob on there at the moment, and then we'll see how it goes. And this is a very buildable foundation. Like if you just have like a few spots that you don't really want loads and loads of coverage, or you've got like quite a bad breakout like me at the moment, then you can just like do another layer if you want, and it can be completely full coverage if you want it to be. Okay, so that's after that layer. I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit more on my forehead because I've got a few spots around there, and then maybe a little bit more on my nose, but I've got a few spots there too, so I'm just going to not try and irritate that because that's where my skin always goes wrong. And then just the areas I've got spots, I'm just going to gently like use a stippling motion to just give myself some good coverage. Okay, so this is how the foundation looks up close. I have just very quickly set my forehead because it just tends to crease so fast, so yeah, I like to do that really fast. So now I'm just going to pop some concealer down my nose and then under my eyes and basically anywhere that the foundation hasn't covered really. And for this I'm using the Rimmel London Match Perfection Skin Tone Adapting Concealer, and obviously it's nearly run out, but yeah, this is something that I've bought loads of times and would buy again, to be honest. And I just like to use this to highlight, to be honest. I think this is a pretty good one for highlighting, but obviously you can just get normal concealers that don't highlight, but yeah. And I just like to leave that there just for a few seconds so the coverage can really really cover any spots I've got, because I just find it works better. I actually saw that hack on TikTok, so don't come at me. And then I just like to use concealer as the base for my eyeshadow later. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this brush to pat it all in. some high definition finishing powder, and my number 7 double ended brush, that's for light contour, and then I guess that one's just for powder. Yeah, and I'm just going to lightly tap that over the areas that I want setting, so like on my eyes where we put the concealer, and then down the bridge of my nose. And then on my chin. Next thing I'm going to do is my eyebrows. I don't really tend to do loads to these, but firstly I just brush them through with the spoolie on the end of my NYX Micro Brow Pencil. Okay, and then I'd just like to underline them, to be honest, and not really do loads to them. So just do that quickly. And then just do like one line over the top, and then just fill in any gaps. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the same on the other side. Okay, and then I'm just going to go through them with a spoolie like I normally do, to be honest. But yeah, that is basically it for my eyebrows. I don't normally set them just because I don't know why, I just don't. But yeah, that's what I do for my eyebrows. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is bronzer. And normally I contour as well, but I don't have that because lockdown and you know. So yeah, all I use is this Sephora contour, well, bronzer in Mykonos shade 3. And this natural QVS powder brush, which is literally, I think it was bought for me as a present from Tesco's, and honestly it's one of my favourite powder brushes. It's just great for picking up product, and yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. I don't know, I think that's pretty intense a little bit. Yeah, maybe a little bit over the top. But anyway, that's what I like to do. And yeah, just 2 very simple products. Okay, so this is how that looks. I did also just go and pop some bronzer just under my cheekbones, or under my jaw rather, just to make it look like I actually have a jawline. And then I'm just going to pop on some Vaseline on my lips because I just do this every day. It's not really like a huge step, but yeah, whatever lip salve you have at home. And then I'm going to move on to my everyday eyeshadow, and yeah, I'm just going to use this Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, which I really like. I use it quite a lot. It's probably been a good investment for me, and I'm just going to take the shades Puta and Silk Cream, which are these 2 here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, these 2 here, and I'm just going to pop them through my crease and then in the corner of my eye. And you're just going to blend that out so it's super soft. This is the slightly darker shade Puta in the crease and on the outer V, like I've just used on this eye. yeah, just gonna blend that out super smoothly, and then obviously I'll clean up the edges later. But then next I'm gonna use the other shade, which was called Silk Cream, and that's just this one here. And I'm just gonna pop that in the centre as it's slightly lighter on both eyes, and then blend it out again with my fluffy blending brush. And just make sure that those two colours like blend pretty easy. The last colour we'll take is SBN, it's called, and it's just this colour right here. And I'm just going to take that on my really tiny number 7 eye brush. I don't know what it's called, it's just a really tiny number 7 eye brush. And yeah, pop that in the corner. And do exactly the same on the other eye, and then blend it out. The camera just had a moment, you probably didn't see half of the blending on my eyes that I just did, but I just added a little bit more of the SBN shade on the outer, like half of each eye, and then I'm just blending it through. And then I'm just going to carve it out a little bit just down the sides here, because it's a bit like, I don't know, a bit far up from there. I'd rather it was more like angled upwards sort of thing. So I'm just going to take a little bit more concealer and just draw a line from my like outer corner basically to the end of my eyebrow. And then I'm just going to buff that in with this same brush that I used for concealer earlier. Yeah, that's kind of how I want it, so I guess I'll just leave the eyeshadow there for now, and then I'll apply my mascara in a minute. So I've just got my Everyday Lash Accelerator Endless Mascara from Rimmel London, and this is just one I've been using at the moment. I quite like how long it makes my lashes. It's not really like loads of volume, but if I wanted that then I could do just use lash curl or something. But yeah, this just makes my lashes really long and nice, and that's how I like them, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. I'm concentrating really hard on not doing that weird like mascara face whilst I'm doing this, that's like because that is basically what I do every time. And then I'm just going to move on to my bottom lashes. Okay, so my final step of this look that I like to do is highlighter, and I'm just using this Chanel Beauté brush, which I don't know if you meant to use it for highlighter, but I like to use it for highlighter. And then this is my Becca Champagne Pop, which I've had for like much longer than I should probably. But yeah. Oh, actually no, it says you can have it for 2 years. I think I've had it 3. Anyway, but yeah, I just like to really dab this in so it's like a good layer on the end of my brush, and then kind of like pat it in the place where I want it to be, and then blend it out afterwards, just so I just find it like stays, well, it just kind of goes where I want it better that way. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do the same on the other side. A little bit on my Cupid's bow. Doesn't really look even, I don't think, but you know, doesn't always go perfect, your makeup. I know mine definitely has not today, but here we are. Okay, and then I'm going to take a much smaller brush, if I can find one. I really can't find one, hang on. So I've just wiped off that same number 7 brush that I used on my eyes earlier. Yeah, I used it on my eyes earlier. Couldn't even remember then. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pop a little bit on the inner corner of my eyes here and here, and then a little bit down my nose, because we don't want me looking like Tin Man. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Okay, and then, so I've done that bit, and I'm just going to pop it a little bit down the bridge of my nose, and then on the end of my nose just a tiny amount to make it look like I've actually got a high point on my nose, which is great. No, you don't want that. That's not the right reason, but there is a reason, but I just can't remember. And then, yeah, a little bit on your cupid's bow, and that's basically it. So this is how it looks now, and I'm not really going for the Tin Man effect, but yeah. Okay, so this is the final makeup everyday look sort of thing. Obviously it's quite glowy because, well, NARS Sheer Glow is a glowy foundation, and then my base before that was a little bit like shinier, so yeah, that's how I like it. And then normally I would use a setting spray at the end, and that's just not really how it's gone today, but yeah, here we are anyway. And then close up of my eyes is just the outer corner shades, and then the pewter shade in the middle, I don't know, but yeah, that's how it looks. And yeah, thanks for watching my video, and I will see you very soon, and let me know down below if there's any videos you want to see from me or anything like that at all. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, bye.